It's official. The Wildwood Boardwalk Reconstruction project for phases 3, 4, and 5 are officially underway. Let's go through all the details and give you one final tour of the boardwalk before they start ripping it up. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe, you turn on notifications, and you give this video a thumbs up. A special thank you out to my patrons on patreon.com. It's because of them we can make fun videos like this. If you want to support the channel and have your name at the end of the video, all you have to do is click the links in the description below. Anyway, let's get started because crews are literally putting fences up right now, so we don't have much time left. By 7 p.m. tonight, you're not going to be able to get on this section of the boardwalk. As you can probably hear through my microphone, there's a jackhammer on the beach and some other equipment as crews right now are getting started to close off access to under the boardwalk on the beach side, which is going to be a staging area for a lot of the equipment. I'm going to give you a tour of everything, but first let's talk about phases 3, 4, and 5, because we're doing 3 things at the same time and they're all just a little bit different. With phase number 3, that is taking care of the newer part of the older boardwalk, if that makes any sense. We're talking about this one here that was redone maybe about, let's say 12 years ago, maybe around that time. That is from Oak Avenue to Schellenger Avenue. Just like the other sections, they're going to be removing the entire top layer of the boardwalk, going underneath, fixing all of the concrete structures, run new utilities, new lights, new sound system, or at least wires under the boardwalk, and then be rebuilt on top. It's going to look exactly the same as phases 1 and 2, just down this end and in front of Maury's Manor's Pier. By Schellenger Avenue, we're talking about to right over here where it changes from this wood to concrete. That's where phase 3 ends. And it will include everything in front of us, all these boards going all the way to Oak Avenue. Maury's themselves actually installed a brand new fence because what's going to happen is the boardwalk project is going to end right there. I want to make sure no one falls in, so they put this fence out front. But heading down this way, all the way to Oak, if we zoom in on it, you can see fences are already starting to go up. Here at Oak Avenue, you can actually see the fence being open in the corner, but it is fully up. And once again, 7 p.m. today, that gets closed and this starts to get ripped up. We are now at Oak Avenue, and you can see here, you've got the boardwalk closed sign, entry at Spencer, which is on the other side of Spicer. And the gate, once again, it's open for the moment, but 7 p.m., it's closed until May, hopefully the beginning of May. All of this section here is part of that's getting ripped up. Phase 4 of the Wildwood Boardwalk Reconstruction project is going to be a little bit different because it is Cedar Avenue. You're used to the boardwalk going this way, but a lot of people forget that Cedar Avenue is an entry onto the boardwalk that used to have a lot of stores going this way. Of course, Castle Dracula, which we all still miss. I wish it could be rebuilt. Anyway, this right here is going to be a little bit different than that section because they're going to rip up this entire middle section going down. They're going to be adding in new lights, archways, bike racks, which I have to admit, these ones over here are always full, so hopefully they give us a lot more. And of course, they'll be fixing up all the concrete underneath, just like they did in phase 1 and 2, and they will be doing in phase 3 and in phase 5. This is that section, and I've got a lot of people ask me, are they going to rip up this concrete work here and fix it up as well? It's a really good question. I've tried to look this up on the blueprints, or at least when it comes to the text on what they're doing. It does mention concrete work, but it doesn't mention which of the concrete. I would assume this would be getting fixed up because it is on the boardwalk side, but at the same time, I don't believe so, because if you look over here, let me show you. If you look over here, all of this is fenced off, but this concrete work is obviously on an angle because there's parking under there. This looks like this is a different property, but when you look over here, the fence goes this way, which tells me maybe? I will try my best to find an answer for you. I'll actually probably ask one of the crew guys later on this week when they're actually up here, because now they're kind of busy on the beach, and I don't know if that's just a fence company or if that is the company that got contracted to do this job. And according to what I'm reading, that new archway is going to be here. I don't have photos of it. They actually didn't put that online just yet, but there will be an archway here welcoming people onto the boardwalk. To me, this is a massive gateway project, or at least it should be a gateway project, because we're trying to build up the downtown of Wildwood, And I mean, if you look straight back, that's what's right there. If you go back to, I want to say 2004, 2005, there were some kind of plans that would have seen the tram car come down here and there'd be some kind of system to get folks to downtown Wildwood and back. I really wish that would be back on the table because there's so many fun things in downtown Wildwood that we do need to show support of. Like you got Burn Plaza over there, a lot of great businesses. That entire downtown, the next 5 years will look completely different than it does today. Maybe we could do something where, you know, we can either build a bridge or some kind of walkway and continue through their parking lot so you can see Burn Plaza, literally right there. Hopefully someday in the future, we can have something like that. In the meanwhile, archway is gonna be here. This is all gonna be ripped up. Concrete's gonna be fixed. Then they're going to put the boards right back on top, just like they did on the other sections. All of these will also be replaced with new ones. I'm hoping those cool blue ones. And as far as we know, no work is going to take place here this off season. A lot of people asked. Come next summer, this whole section is going to look very, very different. And the last section that they're going to do, which is phase 5, is from Schellenger Avenue to Spicer Avenue. And this one is going to be exactly the same process they did for phase 1 and phase 2, where they're going to first rip up these concrete pads, lift them off, put them onto the beach, which is why they closed off this section of the beach, then rip up the boards, redo the concrete work, fix any problems that are there, then put, obviously they're gonna put that 4x6s all the way this way, add the wood on top of that, finish, obviously put new poles, put new lights and all that jazz. So pretty much what we saw once again in phase 1 and 2. Before I put the seagull in the sky, I want to share with you the fences they are putting on the beach, because that will be the staging area for the equipment, because you got Manders Pier in the middle, and then from Oak Avenue kind of over, there really isn't much room on the beach. So right over here on Lincoln Avenue will be the staging area where they'll put the concrete, all the debris from the boards, and then everything else that they're bringing in, the new boards for the boardwalk, which will match the other sections, will all be placed on the beach. Crews are already on the beach putting up the fence, which is going to close access to the boardwalk. So you can see the fence starting over here, and it's going to swing all the way through this dune so that people don't walk this way. And as you pan down the beach, you can see all the way down to Spencer, the beach is closed off. This fence is being installed at this very moment. It is their first official working day, so crews are working quick to get these fences up and ready to go. The wind is starting to pick up just a little bit, so let's go ahead and get the seagull in the sky to give you a bird's point of view of what this all looks like now. And of course, over the next few months, we'll bring you even more seagull views so you can compare these videos. It is now time to get off the boardwalk so the crews can come up, start ripping things up and get things beautiful for when you come here on vacation in May. And yes, this will be done hopefully by the first week of May. And I want to thank you guys for joining me on this video. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. As always, I'll see you on the beach, which is over here, but it's kind of closed. I mean, I can still walk down, but it's closed off down there, so I can't really get to the water. Anyway, I'll see you later. Bye.